Hi and welcome to the intermediate basic video number 3. Now, in order to start and recognize where the gremlins are in the playing system, I'd like to talk about airflow, and I'd like to talk about lip buzzing and mouthpiece buzzing. Firstly, here's an equation for you. Sound equals flow plus tension. So people hate the word tension, but I've already discussed that. The word flow is airflow. Tension in the aperture corners. I don't want to think about grip. I don't want to think about tension anywhere else in the body. But I want to figure out how much flow is required to play a note. Now, generally, if I get in front of a bunch of people and play a really loud note and say copy that sound, what they tend to do is take a breath and tighten the body, tighten the lips, blow really hard, so then the air is meeting the resistance of really tight chops. However, if I take a nice breath, work on letting the body resonate, there's the flow, engage the corners, then disengage the vocal cords, now I've run out of air. There is a heck of a lot of energy and flow there. Try this yourself. Find a concert F and really relax the body. Just let the body stay loose, get the expansion reduction. If I was to convert that much air into sound, it's really loud and it's almost effortless because the lips are loose in the middle, the corners nowhere to be gripped, there's no kick from the body, it's just the transfer of energy in the body through the instrument out into the room. So it's a really interesting exercise to think about the fact that if the lips open up, letting more air through, you get louder. But in order to really make it free, they need to be loose, not tight. And that sort of ties into what I want to talk about with lip buzzing. It can be a really good isometric exercise to develop muscle. However, I believe from playing you're going to develop those muscles anyway. There will be arguments about this until day zip because it is muscle building and people use the pencil to hold in. There's a heap of different things that you can do to build muscle. At the end of the day, if you're playing a lot, you're going to develop the muscles that you need. That's not to say that I'm not saying don't do the pencil exercise. If it's done correctly, and when it's done incorrectly, you put it in your lips and you pinch down on it. What does that encourage? It encourages a tight oscillator versus a loose one. So I just happily stay away from exercises like that. I prefer to spend time on the instrument. So sound equals flow plus tension. Now that goes right up into the upper register. And if you hum and sing a note enough with your eyes closed, eyes closed is a very, very important part of this process because you start and send the internalization, the visualization to the inside so you can recognize the sensation of free-flowing air over relaxed vocal cords. Then, of course, we're transferring the vocal cords from here to here. And we want to be able to keep that feeling as we're playing throughout the instrument. So I'm going to play just a couple of exercises and demonstrate, one, the sound that comes from the body when it remains resonant. If you start to lip buzz, firstly, it's generally done incorrectly. It's done like this. Now, as soon as I do that, I roll the bottom lip. I played like it for years. I roll the bottom lip, the top lip clenches, and then to actually get it to vibrate, you have to engage the abdominal muscles. You see, if you just spit, that's just mouth compression, the air from in the mouth. But if you want to sustain it, where I want it to feel like expansion reduction. Now, even if I'm keeping a more loose aperture and getting the air stream out straight, if I put the vibration into it, I still feel an engagement of the abdominals, because if I don't, it's not going into a vibration. But as soon as I go, it's that. You can feel it. If you go, take a full breath and go, put your finger down on where your abdominal wall is. Okay, that's the kick that I want to get rid of, because it's going to push too much air through the horn and it's going to tighten the lips. Completely counter to everything that we're talking about. Okay, so check it out as I go through and do some harmonics flows and get into the upper register. There is no kick in the body. There is more support when we play louder. This is a very important thing for you to recognize. When you get louder, the abdominal muscles are having to support the greater flow of air as the aperture opens. But that's only in the upper register at a full volume. But generally, for a lot of the playing in the low register, it's not required at all. Now, please, disclaimer, this is not a style exercise. This is a technical development exercise. There are plenty of styles of music that require that you go woo, woo, woo. Of course, if you're going to get soft and loud and you have to do it quickly, the support muscles have to kick into action. Okay, that's different to developing the technical machine. So in order to get the shape right for different notes and be able to explore the shape of different pitches, I want to disengage any kick from the abdominals so as to not get in the way of the discovery process. I want to work on shape. I don't want the lip tissue to be under all sorts of strain and pressure while we're looking for a new feeling to discover a higher frequency. So that's why I'm really trying to disengage any kick from the abdominal muscles. So in this first exercise, what I want you to recognize is that as I'm going up through the register, the first time it's soft, second time it's loud. When you do this, you'll feel straight away the difference. And so if I can get you to start off the note loudly and then go up and down without changing the body, and it's a hard thing to do. So what I'd suggest, in order to recognize something that you're doing incorrectly, do it really badly, do it really wrong, push the hell out of it, and then when you can see what it feels like, then you've got a better chance of stopping it from happening. Critical awareness of the problem is half the solution. So if you're aware of what's going on, that is fantastic, because it's these little habits here that creep in when you're trying to get up into the upper register. And the other thing to keep in mind is the oral cavity resonance. As the tongue changes position and the corners change tension, the sound that you're emitting changes. Now we want to match the frequency of the pipe for whatever note that you want. So you need to be aware of the ta, ya, 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 and the movement of the jaw, facial muscles and corner muscles. They all need to work in harmony to get the right frequency out of the body to excite the frequency on the trumpet. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot to break down, a lot to think about. But when you think about the fact that you've been playing for a long time and you've been struggling to improve, the reason is generally when you're hitting your ceiling, that's where your awareness of, especially the shape part of the equation, the tension part, that's when you're not sure of what to do next. So what happens is you compensate by pushing your air. That strain in the body is the result of a compensation of trying to force air through a face that doesn't know what it's doing. So what we do is we practice softly, going up through the slurs to actually give the face and the lips and the tongue and the jaw the opportunity to discover new frequencies. Don't worry about volume. In fact, don't even worry about quality of tone. Just work on doing them softly, and then you can hear the difference when I do it loudly. And then the harmonic slur exercise. The amount of people that say, I've never been able to do harmonic slurs, and it's written off. It's just one of those things I can't do. Well, there's a real link from struggling with harmonic slurs and efficiency and freedom of flexibility all over the instrument, because to do harmonic slurs quickly, you want to have control of what the mechanics are doing. And if you don't understand it, you don't get it, you can't do them. So therefore you're limited. So it's a massive part of your gradual building. So when you work from the book, you see that, okay, I can do that, but I can't do this, and I'm starting to recognize this. That's the way that it's set up, is so you can actually diagnose the problem yourself and go, I need to work on this because I can't do it. And so that's the whole process is becoming aware of what you can't do and practicing that, as opposed to just doing what you can do. Now, it's very important that you do the exercises. I've got a circle and a square. It's a way to practice. The circle is this stuff. It's the technical development stuff. And then the square is music. And for years and years, I sacrificed the music side because I wasn't capable of playing the instrument the way that I wanted it to. So the only thing that I would change now, going back, is, okay, accept the fact that the brain takes a while to learn, so I need to do this bit, work from the book. Then once I've got to my limit, I've done it for the day. Let's go and just forget about it. Once you've stepped out of the circle, you've moved into the square, there's your music. Don't go back into the circle. You've done it for the day. That's like, the circle's like the gym. You go to the gym, you work out, you tear the muscles down. Not good for you, but the repairing is great. But you don't, in the afternoon, go back and then go back again at night. That's going to damage you. And the brain and the muscles in the development phase of playing the trumpet are exactly the same. So keep that in mind, and just be aware that the mouthpiece buzzing and the lip buzzing tends to get in the way of that, because as soon as the vibration happens, there's an extra kick from the body, and that's why I'm such a fan of the lead pipe. Okay, so have a bit of a play around with this. Get yourself a copy of the book. The ebook you can get now. The hard copy will get sent to you, but you can access the ebook straight away. It's free with the purchase, and you can start checking it all out. So it's great fun. You'll love it. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon in intermediate lesson number 4.